we love each other. It's easy to believe the lie, when lies are to be believed. Brother loves me, and sister loves her brother. They picture you or me. I picture you and me. Black folks in love, black folks in love, from the heavens above. God bless blacks in love, black folks in love, black folks in love, from the heavens above. God. No, she know, we know, they know, and we show, we glow, magic, go, we go, bam! Black folks in love, black folks in love, from the heavens above. God bless blacks in love, black folks in love, black folks in love, from the heavens above. God. They exist, we don't exist. So they omit, then they get pissed. Cause we persist, erase the myth. Hey. See the gift, we got them. Black folks in love, black folks in love, from the heavens above. God bless blacks in love, black folks in love, black folks in love, from the heavens above. God. Black women to black men, melanated, active action, expose this blackity blackness, black love, and sex and passion.
Hey. Hey. Welcome to Fuck Your Thoughts
Hey,
podcast. Hey.
I'm here. I'm hither.
Okay.
Hither, hither, hither.
How are you?
Present, presente. How you
Who?
say present in Spanish?
I don't know.
Miss
All I
Jones used to
know
make us
is
say that shit. Huh?
Silencio means shut up, I think. Silence.
Silencio. Yeah, Miss Senorita Jones. This is
Yeah.
to make us say all this stuff in Spanish. Ooh,
I can't do nothing with it.
I know it. I
I
think
mean,
my feet.
well, I ain't gonna say I can't. Like, I can read it a little bit,
Yeah, but I can't
but
talk it.
to say I'm finna carry on a full fledged conversation, no, ma'am. I'm gonna
Ain't
hit
gonna
you
be able to do it.
with it's a thumbs up.
I don't know. My son slick know it a little bit because his girlfriend's Spanish.
Okay, well,
Well,
that's
she
he.
ain't speak Spanish. She speaks Spanish.
Yeah,
Ooh, girl, look, tickle in my throat. Lord, feel like I ain't been
untickly.
out here for a minute.
It have been a minute. It's been about almost
2 weeks.
14 days. That's what the thing said.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take a break.
Uh, Everybody need a break. Everything needs a break and some rest.
Don't break your ankle though.
Yeah, no.
Don't break
Got
your
your
ankle.
bone. Got your bone.
Don't break your ankles. All right, let me read the thing. So, tonight's episode is titled "Is Sharing Caring?" And on tonight's episode, we will discuss discernment as it relates to sharing what may be sacred to self. We will examine the various forms of communication and how personal communication styles may affect what and with whom we are willing to share information and to what depth the information is shared. As always, we will talk our sass, get off task, and crack jokes in our West Tennessean lingo.
Sound like a washer and a dryer in the background.
Yeah, I'm posted up in my. I usually be in my room, but this time I've been in my living room because I had to keep my ankle elevated.
You got on a boot.
I have on a boot, bruh, and it's not cute.
Ah,
It serves.
boot.
It serves its. So like Bird used to call me, Puss in Boots, because I
Puss
used
in
to
boot.
have her put on anything and be headed to her house.
And what you had on some of them black boots with some
I had
jeans.
them. Back in the day, everybody used to wear the little knee boots that came.
Uh-huh. I know something that it look like Puss in boots.
Yeah. But I have it on with some sweatpants or some shit and a long because
Ah,
I didn't care. I was just going to her house, so it ain't matter.
it doesn't matter.
We were just going to kick it. She'd be like, all right,
Listen.
it's Puss in Boots season.
Listen, I done got to the age now where I don't be giving a damn what I look like when I go out. Oh
I
my God.
don't either. Shit.
I don't care. Because I know how to clean up when it's time to clean up.
Do you hear me? Okay. When I had to or when it's important.
Right. When I'm trying to look like something, I know how to look like something. But most of the time, I ain't trying to look like nothing because I'm just going to the same places. Ain't nowhere
Man,
different.
I do not.
And I ain't trying to impress nobody. So,
Right.
boo, nigga. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, so let's see. I got a word for the day, Merriam-Webster, and I got a quote. Merriam-Webster's word of the day is kind of lame, so I'm gonna say the word of the day, but and I may give a quote. So the word of the day for February the 8th, 2006 is meme. M-E-M-E. It is a noun. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what a meme is at this point, but
I
I'm gonna
like
still let you know. Huh?
I love memes.
I know, but the word is just so mundane. I was like, man, this ain't an interesting word, but okay. So what it means, meme is used popularly to refer to an amusing or interesting picture, video, etc. that is spread widely online. It can also refer to an idea, behavior, style, or usage that spreads from person to person within a culture. Here's a sentence. Though the two friends now live in opposite coasts, they still keep in touch constantly, texting and sending their favorite funny cat memes back and forth.
I like a good set of memes.
Ain't nothing wrong with a
Together
meme.
a whole conversation with nothing but memes.
Man. And so my quote comes from Nietzsche, who is a philosopher.
Mm,
Friedrich Nietzsche. He was I don't know if he was French. I think he was a French philosopher. Now let me not be lying, but either French or German, I'm pretty sure. One of them Europeans, nations over there.
okay.
But he basically was a philosopher known for challenging the foundations of morality and belief. And so this was what one of his counterintuitive fears was every deep thinker is more afraid of being understood than misunderstood.
Mm,
Hmm.
that
Yeah,
makes sense a little bit.
it does, it does. And this is what his he said the burden of being misunderstood. First, let's consider the fear we all know, being misunderstood. This is frustrating. It means your ideas are met with confusion, distortion, or dismissal. You feel isolated, your effort wasted. Yet for a deep thinker, this is familiar, almost expected. consequences of exploring territory beyond common opinions. Misunderstanding can be endured. It can even be a sign that one's ideas are challenging the status quo. It leaves the idea intact if lonely. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Read
So
that say that last sentence again.
he said, misunderstanding can be endured. It can even be a sign that one's ideas are challenging the status quo. It leaves the idea intact if lonely. So I'm assuming once you are understood, you're no longer lonely. Or I don't know. Then
I
it
mean, that
goes
makes
on this.
sense because if you it go on to say what?
No, I was just gonna say it goes on to say niche argues that the greater fear is being understood, or more precisely, being too easily and too completely understood. Why? Because quick, effortless understanding often means the idea has been stripped of its depth, nuance, and revolutionary edge to be made palatable. So that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay. So when you're understood, you're no longer edgy. You're no longer like mysterious.
right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially if you move on, if that's your demeanor, like if you
Yeah.
carry yourself as, oh, I'm this misunderstood, mysterious person, then
Hmm.
somebody can finally understand you.
And so now you've been figured out, as they can say, and it's no longer fun because it's like, oh shit, they figure me
Gotcha.
out. And then,
Yeah,
or it takes away your vulnerable. It makes you more vulnerable because you were so misunderstood, and now that you're understood, it's like, damn, this person or people have figured me out. So now I'm just wide open. They can see my depth. So mm, it's good though.
I think so. So
Yeah.
I pulled curiosity from my relationship oracle deck. For some reason, this card keeps popping up for me.
Mm,
And they kind of go along with that quote. So, in order to figure out somebody, you got to start with being, curious about that individual
yeah.
or whatever. So, it says the frequency of curiosity supports our intrinsic inquisitive nature, which is the necessary driving force behind any growth and evolution. So, it says, just some of the little highlighted spots says curiosity fuels our fundamental need for connection and intimacy.
Mm,
Um, curiosity does not have an opinion nor wait, curiosity does not have an opinion and does not judge. It only wants to explore, learn, and discover. So the food for thought says focus on one relationship that is important to you. Do you feel that you understand this person? Do you get what drives and motivates them? Think of 5 questions about them that you would like to ask them, even asking, what is something that you would really like me to know about you? By
mm.
asking creative questions, we can find out things about another that we don't easily share. Normally, I can never say that word. Normally. How you say that? Normally. Norm
Normally, is
but that
it
could
two L's in normally?
Yeah, normally,
Oh,
but there could
mm,
be of tremendous value toward growing our closeness. So I think this go along with that quote you just said. Like when you trying to figure
mhm,
something or somebody or a situation or anything out, the best way to
mhm.
do it is go about it. Just be open, curious instead of sneaking
Yeah,
around and trying to figure it out. Shit, ask a question. What you trying to figure
yeah.
out?
But also, if you ask questions and you want to know, you have to be open minded enough to accept what they tell you because it may not be in your realm of comfort or your level of understanding. So it
Right.
may be weird or different to you, but you still have to be open enough to really
To be accepting.
accept what,
Right.
yes,
But I
of
think
what
if
they're
you
saying.
if you're genuinely curious about something or somebody, Well,
Yeah.
I take it back. Sometimes, well, I, you know what? I'm gonna say it. If you're genuinely curious about somebody and your curiosity stems from a positive place,
Yeah.
then usually whatever their answer is, you're gonna be accepting.
Right.
But if your curiosity is just because you nosy and you want to know, then the
Yeah.
answer that you receive is probably gonna lead to you being judgmental.
Right. It's because you just being nosy. What they say, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back.
No, right. Sometimes you need to be curious, Lord.
Exactly. So that kind of ties into
We talking about. Mm-hmm.
what we're talking about as far as like is sharing caring. You know, Kimmy sent over a a video from Instagram of a lady discussing um what some things that she shares with certain people as far as her family, her friends, as it relates to her happiness. Because we're in an age where a lot of people are not really genuinely on your side. You know what I'm saying? They may act or say one thing, but their actions are saying another. So she was just talking about how she's learning to keep some things sacred to herself,
Right,
and something she shares, certain things she shares with friends and family, and certain things she may share with the public.
right. So it's limitations on what how open you are.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I think, and that plays a role also in the way you communicate, your way of communicating, because some people who are depending on your communication style, you are more apt to share more things
Right,
with more people, because that's your modality of understanding things and getting things done is communication. So depending on your communication style, you may have to share things because that's how you grow and learn. Whereas some people can keep it into themselves and keep it moving and don't really have to share. So we're gonna get into the happiness, forms of communication, and personal communication styles and how it correlates. And share a little bit of our own personal
okay,
takes on what we share.
okay. So we're gonna talk about the forms of happiness first.
Yeah, I mean, we can. So the question is, what needs to be shared and what needs to be sacred? And
Right. First, what
a
is
lot of
let's
time,
give a good
uh,
definition of what, like, to me, sacred means this is something that I hold near and dear to my heart, or to my that's private.
yes,
So it could be
yes,
sacred. This could be my an example could be the relationship that you're in, the
hmm
conversations that you have with your children that's private, conversations that you have, just things that you
hmm
consider private that you don't want a whole bunch of people to know.
right. So when I Google it, it says something that's sacred. So it's two different forms of sacred. We mostly see it when we're talking in terms of religion and church. So something sacred means it's set apart as holy, divine, or worthy of deep reverence and respect, often for religious purposes, but also applies secularly to things considered inviolable and profoundly important. So something that
So
you
near
may
and dear
share,
to
something
your
that's
heart.
near and dear.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. And
yeah,
that can be anything. We went based off of happiness. I went with happiness. So we went with happiness because that's what she was correlating it to.
right. But
Happiness.
you can
It
take that
basically
same
sharing.
aspect and tie it into what, like, say if you're going through a phase of sadness or depression, and you still
Right.
might consider whatever you're going through to be sacred or near
Right.
and dear to your heart, so maybe you don't want to talk about it, or you don't want to share until
Hmm.
you're ready, or you're at a space to where you feel comfortable speaking on it.
Right. Right. And that goes back to, like I said, communication style. Some people need to talk it through. Some people go inwardly and sit with
Yeah,
themselves and have to have inner dialogue versus um speaking outwardly. And so
I
as
think
we
you
get
should have.
into
I
it,
think a combination of both is probably most beneficial.
I do too. Yeah. I think both is very, very beneficial. You have to be flexible.
Yeah,
But some people, but also too, where I was reading that a lot of stuff, as far as when people communicate, you learn your communication style based off your upbringing
yeah,
and individuals, your thoughts and your personal communication style is shaped by culture, upbringing, and work environments.
yeah.
So it influences how one listens, how one manages conflict, and how one builds relationships. So a lot of times people may not naturally be go
Talk.
inwardly, or they would rather talk about it, but they have been trained and brought up in a house or learn, what do we call it, programming,
Mm-hmm.
or what do you call it, domesticated to,
Domesticated to communicate. Yeah,
yes, and some people are domesticated to not communicate.
right.
Because what I'm finding out with my children, I have always had open discussion about anything and everything with my children. A lot of time, my kids are saying a lot of people don't talk to their children
No, the
about
internet.
it. Does. It
Yeah,
does.
my guy's a combination. I can look at
Yeah.
and like I think, and then I also think it depends on that child too, or
Yeah.
not necessarily a child, but a individual. Like, say for instance, you could grow up in a household where communication was open, but you might
Yeah.
not be open to communicating just as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might feel like your feelings
Yeah.
and your emotions are a little bit more private, even though your whoever raised you or wherever your domestication comes from, um,
Yeah.
it still can be different. Or you can have several children and everybody got a different form of how they communicate. So
That's true. Because one of my eldest, she does not. She feels like it's not anybody else's responsibility for her emotions. So she does not show much emotion. When she's going through stuff, she just kind of deals with it on her own. And eventually she'll come around if she wants to. But I always ask, was like, dang, why you didn't say nothing? She's like, because it's not your responsibility to figure out what's going on with me. Mind you, she is an introvert,
right.
very introverted and very observant. So that may play a role, but I've always been an open talker with them, let them know they can talk, but that's just how she chooses to deal with it. And she's the earth sign, and that plays a big role too.
Yeah, she's smart too. I remember she saved our life. We was at that waterfall. She was like, I don't think we should go that way. And I was like, you know what? You've been here a couple of times. I'm gonna follow you this time. I'm gonna let you.
We were at Rainbow Creek, Rainbow Falls, in
Yes, we
on
was finna
Signal
go
Mountain.
up the steep hill, Lord. We was finna be messed up. Rhonda was
Y'all
like,
finna be in the y'all finna be in the Tennessee River.
I don't think we should go that route. And I was like, you know what? I really don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna follow you this time.
We're gonna go back to where we came from.
Man,
But yes,
that
and
run
I
into
know,
the Tennessee River. I didn't know that.
yeah, all of these small, it's called, what do they call them? Tributaries and
Yeah,
tertiaries and all that stuff. They are smaller little creeks that run into
the little
bigger
estuary.
creeks.
Well, that's not an
Yes, they
estuary.
run into,
Is
no, it's
it?
not an estuary. No, they call them something else. Girl, my old ass, I can't remember nothing.
Uh,
Ooh, they call is it a tributary?
to right
I,
now today, I don't know. I'm not
oh
even.
my gosh. Well, it's something, whatever it is all of the smaller ones run into bigger ones that run into the main Tennessee River. Yeah. So
Well, there you go, right there. That's what it is.
it's got a technical term. I don't
I'm
know
not
what's wrong
finna.
with me, y'all. I swear, my memory, I feel like somebody, man, I don't know
I
what's
just
in the
think
air.
sometimes when shit ain't important to remember, you just not remember it.
And I am almost 42, but it irks my soul because I'm such a intellect and I like to know. But a lot of shit, since I done hit 40, it just be slipping. Like, ooh, I don't remember that shit. Damn. I don't know their name. Damn. I know your face.
Some brain focus shit. And then
I probably
sometimes I just think that if it's not important, or if you don't consider it, if it's not something that you do on a consistent basis, or talk about on a consistent basis, or deal with on a consistent basis, then it's you might have to give yourself a second to remember what it means, or Google it.
or nah, but I be in mid conversation and be forgetting
Then
whole.
I seen this thing that say if you lose your train of thought mid conversation, that's your ancestors protecting you. That mean you ain't need to say that shit. Just let it go. Leave it alone.
You right. Touche. I
It
say
wasn't,
nigga touche.
it
Touche.
wasn't even that important.
You right. You right. Well, anywho. Okay, so what were we talking about? Shit. Different forms of communication and how people prefer to communicate. Okay, I was talking about London, but yes, and I believe I don't care what nobody say. I believe that your also the modality of your astrology sign. I don't care what
Matters.
y'all say.
It matters.
Plays
Nothing
a
has
role.
been exactly, and nothing has been here longer than the stars.
Exactly. The stars have been here way longer than y'all and damn near way longer than this earth. So something got to be true behind it. But I think your astrology sign and modality plays a major role in it and how you deal with stuff. So
I think
the
so
types
too.
of yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Like I'm learning that more and more. Cause
I
like
think
I'm not even gonna lie, like
when you deal with,
huh?
like, for me, I think air signs, which is your Libras, your Geminis, and your Aquariuses, tend to communicate
Yeah,
about certain aspects. Now, when it comes to our own personal stuff that we hold near dear to our heart,
yeah,
probably ain't gonna talk about that too quickly. That's gonna be
yeah,
something that we consider sacred.
yeah,
But when it comes to everything else, ah, hell yeah, we can talk about that.
yeah. And so do you think that comes from if you talk too deeply about what you got going on, feelings and emotions may because air signs modality, most air signs, they have feelings, but they're not as because
It's
my mom was an air
logical.
sign. Yeah, they're more logical. And her favorite quote is, "I would never let anybody get me out, pull emotions out of me." Like, damn.
I
Okay.
ain't gonna say I would, you know what? Hey.
She's like, I know how to
Because
turn my emotions off.
when you pull man, do you hear me? Where is the button? Oh, because when you pull emotions out, then you might not. You might pull me out of character.
Right. And you may pull you out of your logical thinking. Because I
Yeah,
will say
but
air
one thing
signs
I
are
have
very
gotten,
good.
huh?
Huh? Air signs are very good at compartmentalizing
That's why I be talking about my
things.
fast habit. Shh. I finna. You
Yeah.
remember we did that? You remember we done that episode on music, and I kept
Yes.
saying the topics, and you was like topics, and I was like, yeah, nigga, topics. So shit, I can put it in. It's a category. This if I feel mad, like that movie. What's the name of that movie where they get out of feelings with the colors and shit?
Oh man, I know something about. Dang it, I can't think of the name of the movie. Cause we dressed Nola up as sad. Is it Inside Out?
I don't know what it's called. Probably,
It's it's Inside Out. Or
but
no,
I think it's something else.
Inside Out is with all the different feelings and emotions. Yeah,
That's what I'm
personal
talking about.
personified emotions. Huh?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Inside Out. That's it.
Yeah. So it's like that to me but I think the older we get as air signs, the more open we are to talk
Yeah.
about emotions, because a lot of times you have more control over your
Yes.
emotions. You're more emotionally mature. Cause you
Right.
get
And
somebody
you have more
a
control
15,
over your
16
thoughts.
year old earth signs, man, you shit, you might get to work. Just playing. For real.
And y'all have to talk through things as well because y'all have so many thoughts that come
Yeah.
in and
I
circle
think
around
that
in your
play a
mind.
role too in where your Mercury sits in your moon sign
But
too.
usually your Mercury is pretty close to your Earth, your sun sign for the most
Mine the
part, ain't it?
same. So shit, I don't
Yeah,
know.
most of the time your Venus, because your inner planets are usually closer, like Venus and Mars, they're always usually the closest to your
Sun.
sun sign. Yeah. It
Well, that
you I
makes
know
sense if
Mercury
you look at the planets and how they ordered. So
yeah, they're so close. So usually your Mercury sign is going to be the same as your sun sign or the sign after your sun sign.
mm,
Yeah, direct
I'm
same
full
or
of
directly after. Huh?
I always tell somebody I need 3 to 5 business days
To
to.
process.
Mm,
Yeah. Well, I know for fire signs, we like communication, but sometimes we can be passive aggressive or
mm,
aggressive with our communication style.
mm.
Like we're it's gonna be some fire and some passion behind that shit. And it can come off as super aggressive and too upfront. But that's just because we say what we're feeling and then once we get it out, we kinda like, okay, feel better. But we can also be passive as well.
Yeah, I think it depends on your other like I said with the other your other planets.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know for me, I'm a my Mercury is in Virgo.
Oh,
So a lot of times I don't really say I done analyze what I could say, but I'm not gonna say it because for one, I'm a Leo and it's gonna come off all the fuck angry, passionate. And but the Virgo in my Mercury is making me like rethink everything. Like, ugh, no, I'm not gonna say that because I know this is gonna come off this way or it's gonna come off that way. But most people that are Leos that are not in Virgos, they say what the fuck they gonna say, and that shit be low key mean.
I be laughing.
Yeah, I rethink everything I'm gonna say. That Mercury Virgo be fucking me up. Like I
Mm-mm.
just be like, fuck it, I'm not even gonna say nothing. 'Cause God damn it, I don't want to sound mean. Cause I don't want to hurt. I ain't trying to hurt your feelings,
I ain't
so I
trying to
don't.
hurt your feelings neither, but I'm still gonna tell you exactly how I feel.
Yeah, I don't.
And we can talk about it later when you're not mad anymore.
I've
If
fucking
you decide that
analyzed.
you don't ever want to talk to me ever again, then hey, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah, I'm gonna overanalyze, overthink it, and then just be like, don't say it. Fuck it. Ah.
I'm getting better
Okay,
though with
so
age.
that plays a role. Where we at? We gonna talk about? Do we need to talk about happiness? The types of happiness? Yeah, we can talk about happiness because
Okay.
that's what the lady talked about. So the types of happiness that the lady was relating to as far as sharing what the information that needs to be shared or what needs to be kept sacred. She's talking about three different types of happiness, which is world happiness, and that's when everybody may be happy or rooting for you. Friends and family, which is your close friends, acquaintances, and your family, and sacred happiness, which is what you keep to yourself.
Right. And I liked her example that she gave. And I was trying to go back on her and find the woman so that we can give her credit.
Let me see.
She's a poet. And
Oh, is she?
huh. I
She's a
can't.
poet.
Yeah, her name is.
Let me see. I'm pulling it up. It says holistic conversations. What her name is?
Let me see.
Holistic. Is her name Akila McQueen?
I think she's Kira J.
She got about four different names on here.
That's all right. All on then. She that black
Yeah,
lady.
Okay, quit
Yeah,
Kira J.
yeah.
Kira.
But she was talking about how the poems that she shared out usually be like older poems. or
Hmm.
stuff that she's already went through and healed from. But the new things and the things that she says she keeps sacred are the things that she's experiencing at that moment.
Right, right. Because you
So
sometimes got to get through.
you got to get through it before you share it. That's like, and I can
Yeah.
relate to that because I can talk about a lot of things that have happened to me in my past, things that I've experienced, and things that I've had taken time to heal from. And that's like I can say something and I laugh about it. People be like, "Damn, that happened." And I be like, "Yeah." And they be like, "You laugh?" And I be like, "Well, shit, what else I supposed to do?" Because I don't allow it to, like, I'm not. It's not a place of suffering for me anymore,
Right. And
so I can
and then
share it.
you worked to heal through it. That's what allows us to
Yeah,
Alanya Von Zant earlier. And for some reason she has popped back up. I don't know if she making a comeback or what, but she has popped back up. And she was saying, y'all act like some of this stuff that y'all going through is new. She's
it's
like, no,
not.
every time y'all
They've been
come up
doing
with
this
right. She's like, every challenge y'all face, emotionally or mentally, you act like it's new. She's like, no, you have gone through a breakup. How many times?
shit.
It's the
13.
same thing, just a different person.
Yeah. So you can't
She-
lose yourself in that shit. You gotta be able
right. She was
to
like, you
just
need to go
move
back
ahead.
into your yeah. She was like, you need to go back to that breakup, go through your file cabinet and figure out what you used to
I
get through
wonder
that.
what her sign is.
She's a Taurus.
Okay.
Alanya Von Zont is a Taurus.
I like her though.
I do
But
too.
yeah, so that's all the lady was saying. And
No, no, no. She's not a Taurus. I'm sorry. I
it's been
stand
an
corrected.
earth
She's a
sign.
Virgo. She's a
Oh.
Virgo.
And you know
Virgo.
what? When you watch her show and how she's so with all her props and all of that, and I can see that.
Yes, she is a Virgo.
But
And Virgos,
I bet you her Mercury is probably air.
uh-huh. With Libra, it's more than likely a Libra. Libra
Mhm.
or Virgo. Virgo, Libra, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury as well.
Yep.
But Virgos see everything. Like I was watching Drewski, shoulda, coulda, woulda records. Well, I tell y'all that man hears and sees every detail.
He's so
That's
funny.
why his skits, he is hilarious, but that's what makes his
Yeah.
skits even better because he's looked at every
From
detail.
every aspect. That's like my brother.
Yes.
Like he been picking me up from work. Man, my brother's so funny. He a very man, we used to fight like cats and dogs when we was young, but as an adult, I have learned to appreciate him.
Uh-huh.
Can't sing. So he just I was going up the steps. He talking about Cam, that ain't how you go up the steps. Ah, okay. Damn, okay. Okay. He asked me about my car. He asked me shit. I ain't never thought about it in my life. Man, I don't know. I promise you, I have no idea, but we can sit here and figure it out if you want to. And
That's Virgos.
he just look at me and start laughing. I be like, man, get out. Please, can you come pick me up tomorrow though? He be like, all right.
Exactly. Virgos ain't missing nothing.
He catch everything. I be like, bruh. I
Yes, and it makes it even more hilarious. And you know
yeah,
who else catches a lot of stuff but don't ever say nothing? I'm gonna say these cancers.
yeah,
Cancers catch a lot of stuff and they don't
yeah.
say anything. But when they like cancer comedians and they get dark with their comedy. Like Virgos are more direct. They gonna do a T for a T. They don't analyze it, so they're gonna give it to you exact, and it's gonna be funny because it's exactness to the T. But cancers will troll the fuck out of you. They're gonna see everything that you do, and they're gonna troll you, and they're gonna take it to a dark, dry space. You're like, what the fuck? Nigga,
Yeah.
that's kind of dark. Like,
It's giving mean girl.
yes. So like
Yeah.
Vince Staples, I don't know, a lot younger people may know him. He has a TV show. This man is hilarious as fuck, but he don't never smile. At first, I thought he was a Virgo because I was like, damn, he is so dry. But he's actually a
Who?
Cancer. Vince Staples. He's a rapper. He's like a little
I'm
young. He's from the West Coast. He's like a backpack rapper. But he has a
Yes,
TV
a
show on
backpack.
Netflix. Huh?
What's a backpack rapper?
They are conscious rappers. So the backpack rappers came back in like the mid 2000s, like
I
after
mean,
gangster rap.
why is it called backpack rapper?
I don't know. I
They
guess
be
because
having
they're
backpacks on.
well, no, because it's conscious rap. So I'm
Oh,
assuming
okay.
if you're a conscious person, you're smart, you're wearing a backpack.
Oh, okay.
So
I
yeah,
never heard
he
that.
yeah, him, Joey Badass, all of those, they're like what you call conscious backpack rappers.
Yeah, I know
And
what a
they
conscious rapper. I just never heard of back.
yeah, but they're the new era conscious rappers. So instead of
Okay.
saying conscious, they call them backpack rappers. Yeah,
Whew.
backpack era.
Okay.
Yes, but Vince Staples, his shit is funny as hell. If you ever get a
I'm gonna
chance,
have
get
to
on
look.
Netflix and watch it. So it's dry as hell. You gonna be like, damn, it's dry. But then them little punchlines, you be like, this nigga, he's giving you something deeper, and that shit be hilarious. And I'd be like, damn, okay. But I
Hmm.
digress. I digress. Okay, so those are the different things that are considered types of happiness that can be shared or be sacred. Um Primary forms of happiness are, according to psychology today, are what we call hedonic. God damn it, I can't talk. Hedonic, which is basically all the pleasures of the senses, is fun but temporary, and that's your personal pleasure. Example would be sex, drugs, food, money, fame, popularity. And it's a brief high followed by you craving more. And then you have a eudaimonic. Eudaimonic. Is hedonic and eudaimonic.
Okay.
You th- those are the two forms of happiness. Eudaimonic is a pleasure you get from helping others. It's meaning, purpose. This nourishes us and contributes to a lasting sense of contentment. It is more long term. It creates great,
Like a humanity based.
yes, or a connection. Yes,
Yeah.
it creates greater connection, service, and sense of purpose. And so in terms of sharing happiness, I mean, I'm sure if it's like a temporary happiness, some of that shit you just don't share. It's your personal shit.
Yeah. Like you ain't got to tell everybody who you having sex with or what type of drugs you doing or
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
mean, you
can't
can,
you don't have to.
but that would be more of a sacred happiness because that's for your personal. Now, I
Yeah.
think if you're
Now
doing,
the
if
food
you're,
part I don't think is really that big of a deal, but when it comes to the sex and the money and all of that,
yeah,
I think sex and money should be kept quiet.
private. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we live in a society that everything is based around money and what you have.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are going to share a lot of their hedonic or personal happiness,
Mhm.
personal pleasures with the world because they want to come off to make it
As
seem like,
authentic, but
oh,
I don't think that gives you a sense of authenticity. I think that's kind of like ego.
egotistical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, anything that's pleasurable is coming from a lower chakra too. It's coming from your root chakra.
Yeah.
And that's not bad, you know what I'm saying? Because you have all your chakras for a reason, and we need all of them because your root chakra
Yeah.
is for what? Survival.
Yep.
So, so anything that's your personal pleasure. So in hedonic, here's the word hedonistic, hedonic. Those
Right.
are pleasures of the senses, which are coming from lower chakras, and that would make sense. Sex, drugs, money, whatever. But then when you start getting into eudaimonic, which I'm assuming is euphoric in a
Yep.
word, in a way, and that is more so your higher chakras. Because even though we are individuals, we are all tapped into a
We're all connected to one source.
connected.
Yeah.
Yes, to a source. Yes. And so that's
But
greater connection.
when you get into that eudaimonic happiness, that's where you could fall into like working helping your community,
Yeah.
those type of things to where your pleasure is not solely selfishness.
Right. Right. So you're willing to share that with
Yeah.
family, friends, in the world. That's more outwardly. And you
And a
can
lot of
share
times
your
I think that comes from you have to be in a at a place of where you're secure within yourself, and
Right.
or a healed place.
Exactly. And I think and that too, that goes into what she was talking about. And like we were saying, like you were saying earlier, when you're going through stuff, you're not more as apt to talk about it because at that moment you probably in a
It's raw. It's sensitive.
yeah, it's you're sensitive and you're in a place of reflection and also judgment on yourself and trying to figure out how to deal with
You
this
could
and
go
move
back to,
forward.
or you could feel guilty and shame, and it
Yes.
could even be
Yes.
something that you happened to
That's
you
good.
as a child,
Yeah.
or and you've never talked about it, and so it still sits in a place of guilt and shame. So it's
Yeah.
sacred to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. That
Balance
makes
between
sense.
the two is key.
Yes. So you have to have both forms of happiness. One
Yeah.
happiness is running off of what's your short term pleasure? What is it? Serotonin, not serotonin. What is it when you do drugs
I don't know.
and
I
all
don't
that
do
shit?
those kind of drugs.
What I know, but what they call it when you get a quick high?
A happy high, dopamine.
Dopamine, yes. Dopamine is so it sounds like to me, hedonic
And
happiness is a
Johnny go with
dopamine
the
hit.
dope.
Yes.
Stupid.
Up with hope, down with dope.
With the dope. You is crazy.
But yes, so hedonic happiness is basically dopamine hits. You know, this quick boom. You done busted a nut. Ooh, I'm happy. Then 2 minutes later, you back. Damn, let me chase that
Now
high
I'm
again.
sad, right? Let me go hit this weed.
Exactly. Whereas eudaimonic is more of a long term. Is that would that be like a serotonin release? The serotonin is balanced over time. It releases just a little bit to keep you steady. And like you said, you need both of them.
You do need both of them because I ain't
Yes, you
nothing like. I'ma hold it. I ain't gonna say. I'ma let this shit go.
need.
I'ma leave it.
Ah, okay, so let's get into we're gonna get into forms of communication. And I looked at different things. Some folk got 12 forms, some got five. So the basic ones, it's only five basic ones, but I added a couple of more in there because
Okay.
I think as it relates to how things are today, you gotta, add those. So the main basic ones are nonverbal, which is communicating through body language, gesture, facial expressions; verbal, which is spoken words, tones, and vocal cues; visual, which are images, charts, graphs, videos, and symbols; written communication, which is text, emails, reports, messages, documents. And those were the basic forms, the four basic forms of
The
communication.
four basic
Now when we
forms.
start, yes,
But you
but
know what?
then
If you a lot of times people struggle with those four basic ones. So if you struggle with the basic four, then the other ones is
yeah, is
gonna
gonna
be a
be some
big
issues.
struggle. Yeah. It's like if
Mm,
you
mm.
if you don't if you are not aware enough to pick up on the nonverbal cue,
Yes.
you can't read the room, or sometimes some people just be so caught up in their own whatever they got going on that the communication is non-existent.
Right. And so you can't pick up, like you said, if you can't read the room, and that comes with visual and nonverbal because your ass ain't paying attention to nothing that's going on. Your
Right.
verbal 9 times out of 10, you're not going to say the right thing. And it's not saying say the right things, but you still have to be able to pick up cues to
Yeah.
know when it's proper to speak
On
and what's
social
proper to speak
cues.
on. Yes. And so the other four that I thought were important were interpersonal, which is communication between two or more people; intrapersonal, which is one own individual personal dialogue and reflection within self; listening is a form of communication, guys. Listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Active listening,
And
which is a
listening to listen, not listening to respond. So I read
yes,
this when I was taking the life coach class, and it was going through the different forms of communication. It had an example where it was saying when you're having a conversation with somebody, you're listening and you should follow up with two questions off of
Uh-huh.
what the person is saying so that you can have a clear understanding of what they're talking about.
Right. Because sometimes if you are listening, you can get lost and be confused with what somebody's saying if they're just
You go
going
on,
on
and
and
the
on.
only reason why you get lost is because you're getting lost in your own thoughts because you're listening to
Right.
respond, not
So
understand.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So active listening is the skill of actively receiving, processing, and interpreting messages from others. You have mass communication, which is what I think, social media. I think social media should follow this under this, but that's communication at a social scale via broadcast media.
I know
That
a
would
lot
be,
of people that majored in it,
a lot of people in the 80s majored. And my daddy was a mass communication major.
and you can tell
you
respectfully,
you
for
can.
real.
That
You
man was a
can.
whole mass communicator. I
I
don't even
didn't
know
know.
what he wanted.
I didn't know that, but now that you say it, it makes sense.
Yes, and
'Cause he
I never
was
asked him what he
very
wanted to
well
do with that.
spoken publicly, huh?
I never asked him what he wanted to do with that.
What he doing
Or
right
what he,
now?
you right?
Talk.
What his plans? Right. Talk to everybody. And my daddy came down here to a basketball game last week. This man that made all kinds of friends. Then got folks' phone numbers. I was like, Daddy, you done came down here
Networking
and low key. Exactly.
money.
Listen, he gonna find somebody, and I'm gonna say this too about my kid's grandmother. She the same way. She's a Taurus,
My daddy
baby. She
like
don't mind.
that.
Yes, because Tauruses are looking for that connection to
Yeah, because
get
what they gonna do with that connection is figure out how they're gonna make some money.
the money off. Exactly, exactly.
Cause like my
Or
daddy
figure
wasn't
out
no mass, he wasn't no mass communication major. He majored in engineering.
really.
He
So
real
your dad's gonna
smart.
be an
Yeah.
engineer.
Huh?
Your daddy could be an engineer.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Learn
He
something new
good
today.
with numbers and money and all that type of shit.
Okay, okay, I can see that though. His
Me too.
personality is very. I can see him being an engineer, sitting in the
Yeah.
office, coming up with some stuff. Okay.
He gonna get you if he don't do that. Why I said we never struggled like financially or anything like that. My daddy always took care of us to that
Yeah.
account. So
Yeah. That makes sense.
I give me
Okay.
I ain't mad at it. I'm trying to sit down and come here and show me what you say do. What?
Right. How you get to the bag? You say open your mouth. Okay.
Okay, right. Come here, let me take some notes. Come here,
Right. You say talk to somebody, ask questions. Okay. Let me get my life together.
please.
Okay. So, personal communication styles. This is basically how individuals convey their thoughts and interact with others, and this is shaped by culture, upbringing, work environments, and work environments. It's influences. Woo Lord, how one listens, manages conflicts, and build relationships. And there are four types of personal communication style. First one is assertive, that is direct, honest, and respectful. It
Cam,
expresses need, huh?
Cam,
Yes, direct, honest, and respectful. Expresses needs and clarity while listening to others. The next one is aggressive, which is dominant, controlling, and focused on winning. Often disregards others' feelings. The next one is passive, which is submissive, avoids conflicts, often keeps opinions to themselves. And then the last one is passive aggressive, which appears passive on the surface but acts anger in subtle, indirect ways.
and you know what? It's a lot of. I think a lot of people are passive aggressive and don't realize it.
Yes, I know I'm passive aggressive, very much so. And in a lot of my dealings in relationships, I have been passive aggressive. And instead of relaying my feelings and needs, I just be an asshole instead
Now
of being
I
like,
can
hey,
start out as passive,
yeah.
but you got
Then you
about
go through.
Then I'm gonna go straight to assertive and tell you exactly where you had me fucked up at. Because
I'm a little
I
bit.
feel like if I'm truly fooling with you, then
Yeah,
I don't like being mean.
yeah,
But I'm learning now that being not being there's a difference between being mean and having boundaries.
right. That's true.
Well, I ain't gonna say learning now, but it took me to go through certain aspects to learn that you have to have boundaries in life. If you don't, people will run over you.
Right. And you don't have to let people know what your boundaries are. You have to set those boundaries because
Yeah.
just because you let somebody, you externally express that, hey, I don't like this, that does not mean that you can't, just you trying
That
to control them.
they're gonna listen.
Right. Right. So you
If
have
it's
to,
something that's being done and you don't like it, shit, bye. Remove
exactly, remove yourself or now you don't have to remove yourself. You just set in way kind of like when you teach toddlers not to do stuff. Motherfucker, you
so you
bite
think
somebody,
we
your
can
ass
whoop
gonna get,
grown people?
huh?
I can pop your hand.
Well, not necessarily, but you
I'm
gotta
just
show
talking
them.
shit.
And I done answered your ass like,
Maybe get the
like
ruler so I can
no, not
pop your ass.
necessarily.
Come, do it again and see what happens.
Let me pop your hand. I had a friend I played AAU basketball with, man. She said her mom and daddy did not whoop them. She said her mama used to make them put their hands out and ball their fists up. And she used to pop them across their hands
Well,
with
we used to
knuckles.
have to hold our hand out to get popped with a belt on your hand. We didn't get a lot. I
Ah.
didn't get a lot of whoopings. It don't take but about two of them hits to where you be like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna never do that shit again.
She said
I
her
really
mama used to go
just
through.
whoop me.
I don't know if a belt hurt worse or a hard wooden brush. She said her
I
mama used
feel
to
like
pop
a
them.
hard wooden brush on your knuckles would really make you evaluate your life.
It would, and it probably make you fight niggas because your knuckles gonna be hard as fuck from
Or
getting
you're not
popped.
gonna have any. I'm missing enough on my hand. That came from hitting the wall though. Before I
Ah, it collapsed.
huh?
It collapsed.
What my knuckle?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never. I just shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
like that
just
motherfucker
it ain't
collapsed
it ain't
if
there
it
when I bought my
uh,
fist up. I ain't got no
shit.
knuckle right there. It's gone. That's what
They
concrete
smashed that
is.
motherfucker didn't sound like
No, it's I'm pretty sure it disintegrated when I hit the wall. I was
well
so
Lord.
mad though. I
You
ain't
didn't realize until later.
till about 2 years later. Shit, I ain't.
Ah shit. You know what? I have never punched anything in my life. Let me knock on wood if I had
It
to
was
go punch
either
a
punch
motherfucker.
the wall or I don't know. That shit was wild. I don't even let myself get that mad no more though. This one I was like 22 maybe.
It was punch the wall or go to jail. You're going to jail.
Yeah. I wasn't going to jail.
Uh, well
Not
Lord, you just gonna punch somebody's
dumb.
face.
Huh? Man, I was
Or you
for
just gonna punch
the ancestor said be quiet.
you just gonna give him the lump don't. You
I
remember
was
folks
not.
used to say oh
I was not.
yeah. Yeah, you remember folks used to say I'm finna get him the lump don't. Was that the
I thought
same?
that
I
new
felt
book was bad.
no, the lump dump. I thought bro ran the lump dump on him. Hit him with them hands.
Uh, I would make them lumpy. I
Yes.
don't know. I thought it meant you was like partially on the
Had,
way to dead. I don't know.
you had an STD you couldn't get it rid of. The
Yeah.
lump dump. It was probably that too. I think we probably use words interchangeably
Like
in
they do
different settings.
now. The folks be like, that's cap. When I grew up, cap meant head.
Man, I was getting some head, getting some
So I
head.
don't know. I just be like, well, okay.
Oh, they call cap dome. They don't call head dome no more.
I don't know. I don't be talking to people about it.
I don't either. And the people I talk to don't be using slang. We all 40 and older. And we be
If we
using
do, we
old
probably
ass
say
slang.
head.
All right. We be using old ass slang that ain't
I
nobody
talk
using.
like Kaya when it come to that.
And if you guys don't know who Kaya is, look up
Don't
her
even
music.
worry about it. If you don't know, if you over 40, you know who Kaya is.
Girl, why Dove don't use her music to make a commercial?
Who?
Dove.
Deodorant Dove?
Soap Dove. Yes.
Well, it could be no worse than that one that was in Memphis that used them lawyers or whoever.
What?
Some lawyers in Memphis used. It was on
Oh,
the
Lord.
radio.
All the Memphis lawyers stayed with a hook.
I
You
ain't
right.
mad
They sure did use her song in Memphis as the radio
at
as the Lord. Well, Dove used it too. I was like, well, Lord, Dove, okay. Culture vultures, culture poachers. Now I don't even want to listen to the song. Now I'm thinking about damn Dove commercial.
I don't even want. Just please somewhere go sit down. I got a ponytail.
Mhm.
Hey, it's like a Rottweiler.
Okay.
This
Yeah, I
one.
cut my hair off yesterday, honey. I picked out I ain't cut it off, but I cut the color off with some scissors. And if I had some clippers, baby, I would probably be bald headed right now.
I was looking at that video on my old Instagram where Bird cut your hair at her house.
Yes.
That shit
Bird was the plug. Bird was the plug with them haircuts, boy.
mm-hmm.
So, okay, last little part. So we have our sub classifications of personal communication style. There's one which is a personal communicator. They value emotional connection, empathy, and they are good listeners. You have an analytical communicator, which prefers data, logic, and hard numbers over emotional language. You have a driver, which is direct focus and on results and efficiency. And you have an amiable, which is empathetic, builds relationships, and avoids conflicts.
Okay.
Mm.
So what's the impact on the interactions? What does it
So,
mean?
okay, so the interactions mean emotional connection. Personal communicators often act as the glue in groups. They are seen as overly sensitive. Conflict resolution is assertive communication. Assertive communicators resolve conflicts, while passive aggressive types may perpetuate it.
Yeah, I'm trying
E-
to find a solution.
Effectiveness, understanding your default styles and helps. Okay, so the effectiveness in understanding your default styles helps in adapting to others, which reduces stress and improves professional and personal relationships.
I have learned is when you are a assertive communicator, you offend a lot of people be offended.
Yeah, especially if they're not assertive communicators,
Yeah.
because you feel more comfortable. If you're not an assertive communicator, most people feel more comfortable communicating with people that aren't their communication style.
Yeah.
So if you're an assertive communicator, you 9 times out of 10, you're going to still communicate with everybody, but you're going to feel more able to connect with somebody who's an assertive communicator like you because you understand them. Whereas somebody that's passive aggressive or passive communicating with an assertive communicator it may not come off as understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn.
I know. You would mess around with and get with the wrong one and they gonna try to kill you.
Right, because it's not understand. So that goes, and you can be, and it's not, and we're not saying that either style is bad. You just
Right.
have to learn, like it said in the end, you have to understand your default style as well as understanding all of the other ones. And so that you can know, oh, this is how this person. And if you're really, you know what I'm saying, really with somebody that is close to you, family, friend, or whatever, or somebody that you work with, you have to take the time to learn how they communicate. I don't know how
Yeah.
kids do it now.
They
I don't
text
know.
message and make TikToks.
Okay, and so I don't even. That's a whole nother topic for another day. What kind of communication style is that?
Toxic.
It's toxic. It's nonverbal. But then how do you? Oh Lord,
Um,
that's a good study. Somebody needs to write a
I'm sure
PhD,
somebody already is.
a dissertation on that,
I'm sure
like for
they
real.
already did because it really even if you look at from us to our children and the communication styles, it's wild. Just
It's
communicating with
lost in translation.
it's a little bit. I ain't gonna say it's completely lost, but you have to really be a like to be a teacher with these children today. The really the easiest route to go is to just be assertive
Yeah. And I guess so, because you're gonna have to really just communicate with them directly. Cause
because you
what is
have
they
so many different communication styles and you get so many different personalities and so many different. It's just a lot of different. So I'm
yeah,
just
we've
gonna
always
stick
had
to it,
different
right? Just like
personality
you,
styles.
huh?
It's we've always had different personalities, but I'm sure the internet and social media exacerbates it in phones and texting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these, this probably a lot of people probably ain't gonna be able to relate to this because they don't even know. Half these kids probably don't even know what type of communication style they have. Oh Lord! So how does conflict
They do
resolution
know.
work?
You just I'm not gonna say that the kids don't know themselves because they do. It's just different because everything
Hmm.
is through technology. Everything is so technologically based that
Base.
you have
Mm.
to figure out a different way to approach them. I
Mm.
don't give a damn. I just tell them, hey, this what we finna do, and just be assertive. And a lot of times, I have to explain to them this is what's gonna happen, and this is how I am, but I care.
Yeah.
So, but I really don't think it matters with the kids. As long as they know that you care about them, I think that's the only thing that really matters.
Right. As long as you showing that you care for them, and that's what they
But I think
respond
that's
to.
anybody though. If I'm dealing with you, that's like say for me and you. You say you passive aggressive, I'm assertive. But if we have a conversation and I let it be known that okay, my relationship with you is important and I value it, then you'll be more
Yeah.
willing to listen to what I'm saying and what's happening versus if I was just like you I really don't give a fuck about nothing. You know, it's like if I just my
Yeah.
approach to the entire conversation, I can still be assertive and show that I care and I'm concerned with your well
Right.
being and with the state of the relationship without it
Yeah.
being too much
And
whatever I
that
can.
once again, and that goes back to understanding your style
Yeah.
and being able to understand, being open and willing to understanding other people's styles too.
Yeah.
Because like I, even though I'm passive aggressive and passive at times, I am willing to communicate with people that I fuck with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I love and that I'm near and dear to me. It may take me a minute. I may have to be in my feelings for a second because I'm gonna feel first. This is automatic. And like I'm learning now that it's okay for me to feel and I don't have to feel bad or guilty about it because that's just who I am. Like I'm an emotional, feely person. You know what I'm saying? Because for so long, when I was little, I was always called sensitive. You so sensitive. You so sensitive. It's like, well, fuck. Can I be sensitive? And
Right.
in my
Is
mind,
it
it's like,
okay for me to be sensitive?
right. And so now for so long, when I was little, I was called that because whatever I was going through it, and I always cried. Like I was always in my feelings. And so for many years, I was called sensitive growing up. And so I tried to go completely opposite of that for years and be like, well, let me not be emotional, not be sensitive. But it's like, bro, that's who I am.
Right.
Like,
And
it's
then you
okay.
should always be able to be within your authentic self. Like me, I be getting called, oh, Kevin crazy. She this she don't have no filter. And I don't. But
But
if
that's
I
who
did,
you are.
but exactly that's who I am. And if
As
once
long as you ain't out
especially
here hurting motherfuckers and
right
doing
or
bullshit.
mistreating people, then it shouldn't matter how.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel, and then we can have a conversation about it. Like that don't mean
Right.
I'm on no. I'm not trying to cause you harm. I'm just here for to tell you what you is and ain't
Right.
who to me.
Exactly. And we have that right, and you have that right to. But we live in a society where it makes it seem like communicating and being direct is being mean. I'm like, motherfuckers is whole out here doing
I think a
bullshit.
lot of time I don't think it's like that with I think with women because
Yes.
women are supposed to be you're supposed to be quiet and meek and this and that. that
Yeah.
it's a patriarchy thing.
Yeah. And people want to be comfortable, comfortability.
Yeah.
They'd rather be comfortable and they don't want you to take them out of their comfortability by saying what's on your mind
Or
and
speaking
being
your truth.
comfortable.
Hmm.
Right. Because I think about a lot of people. I've ran into a lot of people. Oh, I was so embarrassed for her. Why the fuck was you embarrassed for her? That's her
Right.
saying this. It ain't you. It's not. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, why are you taking on somebody else's ideas and
Because that's
thoughts?
that's that's codependency.
Oh, ooh,
But that's a whole nother.
it's a whole nother topic for another day. Yes,
We
Lord.
we learned that when I was used to go to those meetings. Never be embarrassed by somebody else's behavior because you don't have the ability to control it.
Exactly. You can only
Let
can
me
control
think.
you.
You got anything else?
Nope. And don't.
Oh, and I forgot to say that the introduction song was called "Black Folks in Love," and it's by our usual DJ.
Hey,
I know
Ashley.
he changed his name to. Let me
He
see.
did. Big A VZ. VZA. Oh man, let me find
He
him.
changed
A
it.
dot.
Um, Monster. It's Monster Music Mart on here on YouTube.
Okay, okay, okay. He changed. I know he changed his name to Vizzy A dot. VZ
Okay.
A dot. His
Big
producer
Busy
now.
A Dot. Um,
Yes, Big VZ A
Monster
dot.
Music Mart on YouTube.
Shout out to the beat man. We gonna hit y'all. We got something in the lab. Me and Cammy.
Oh Lord.
We gonna get to it. So y'all be ready. My boy be getting us these beats.
Bye. I'm finna read this thing. We are root of your root, soil of your soil, bone of your bone, and blood of your blood. We boldly and graciously thank our ancestors for our guidance with our connection to Source, the universe, and God, to gaining peace in our mind, protection from monitoring spirits, and the ability to send negativity back to the sender. The wisdom to communicate truthfully from an open heart space and allowing forgiveness to continue in that open heart space, the clarity to see success and accept joy into our lives while sitting in a safe place, the ability to create necessities for health and good energy. We overstand, understand, and understand the strength and power that's being bestowed upon us. We accept the responsibility of the gifts passed down to us. We walk in your strength and power today and every day. Ashe. Is that you?